Hey, what's good YouTube? It's the boy Tim back again. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about some safety tips you can actually start practicing on your site or blog in order to avoid getting banned by Adsense. I've been doing Adsense arbitrage for some time, and I've learned a whole bunch of things from my own personal experience and also from people's mistake as well. So I've actually learned a whole lot of things on how to actually avoid some mistakes. So that's what I'm actually going to be talking about on this video. So if you're new here, consider liking this video. Also, please consider subscribing to this channel. And if you have anything that you want me to do on this channel, consider dropping it on the comment section. And we just hit 4,000 subscribers, and I'm really grateful for that. So hopefully we'll hit 5,000 or 10,000 subscribers. I'm going to do a giveaway to you guys for supporting. And with that being said, let's quickly start this video. There are a whole bunch of traffic sources online. Some are valid and some are not valid. Now, if you think Google doesn't support buying of traffic, go to Google's official website, which I'm going to dive deep right now. I'm going to drop a screenshot for you guys to see. So you can see that Google actually supports buying of traffic, just that Google actually states that you need to know the validity of the traffic you're buying and also the source. They actually don't support bot traffic. So if you're buying traffic from a site that doesn't stipulate or shows you where they display your ads, just like Facebook does, that means your ads is likely going to be displayed to bot, or rather it's going to be delivered using bot software and all. So example of what I mean is this: if you go to Google Adsense site, you're going to see some ads flowing around or displaying on the site, which means that advertisers actually paid Google to display those ads. So advertisers can actually see those sites, review the ads and all, right? So that means their ads are actually being displayed to a particular platform, which is your site or your app. So in that way, an advertiser is sure that his ad is being displayed on a particular platform to real human beings. Now, so what Google is actually saying is that if you're running ads or you are trying to derive traffic from a particular source, you have to also make sure that your ads that you're running on that particular site is being displayed to a user, not to some bot, or rather some companies might actually not decide to show you where they display your ads. So in such scenario, your ads might be displayed to bot, or rather being delivered by a bot, right? So Google actually frowns at bot traffic, we all know that. So Google is actually advising that before you buy any traffic from any source, you should be sure that your traffic is being delivered to real human being and not some bot traffic and all. So that is one thing, and a whole bunch of people actually makes this mistake. When they run ads on probably Propeller, Astera, or any of those junk platforms, they don't care to actually know if their ads is actually being delivered to people, how it's being delivered, if people are actually reacting to the ads and all. They just want to see the traffic count on their site and probably generate clicks and all, not knowing if the traffic company is actually delivering real traffic or some bot traffic. So I'm going to drop a link to the official Google site where you can actually read up all these things that I just told you. Now, the second one I want to talk about is reporting a particular traffic source when you suspect. Now, Google actually makes a provision where you can actually report a suspected traffic source coming into your site. That is if you suspect using your analytics. Now, I actually got to find this during my research. So this is actually their invalid traffic contact form. So if you go to Google site, if you read this paragraph, it says, if you find any traffic provider is sending traffic that we aren't expecting or you are worried about the quality of the traffic, we suggest you turn off the traffic source immediately and please let us know, right? So Google actually makes this provision whereby if you suspect any traffic coming into your site that is not valid, or somebody's trying to bomb click your ads and trying to do anything wrong to your ads in order for you to get terminated, then Google actually made a provision where you can actually submit a plea or an appeal. All right, so this is it. So you can actually provide your name. All right, so this name is going to be the name on your Adsense account. All right, so you have to provide your mail. That's the official email you're using for the Adsense account. All right, so now provide your publisher's ID, your Adsense publisher's ID. So now after that, you provide your URL code where ad code appears. That's the site you are using to run the ads. That's your actual site where the Adsense ads are displaying. Now it has to be where you pasted the Adsense code. So if it's on all your sites, you can now drop your homepage link, which allows Google bot to analyze and assess all the whole Adsense pages. So this is where you actually paste your site. So scroll down a bit. Now select the topic. All right, so you can select the topic, which could be reporting unusual activity on your account or predicting a significant change in my account activity. That is, this one is if you're actually suspecting that somebody is probably trying to hack your account or log into your account or trying to take your account away from you. You can use this to report that. or you can report unusual activity on your account, which is about the invalid traffic thing I talked about and other issues that you might experience on your account. So I'm going to leave a link to this form down there in the description of this video. You can actually use it, or I'm also going to leave a link to where you can actually get this policy article, right? So that is it. So another thing is the date and time of the clicks, right? So you have to take note of that. You can actually do that. You can actually know all about this using your Google Analytics, all right? So just provide everything, because this is actually going to be reviewed by a human being, all right? So now it said a paragraph describing what led you to believe the activity is invalid. Now this is where you speak the English, all right? Tell you what makes you to think that particular traffic coming to your site is actually invalid, all right? So the next thing is, please include any data from your site's mobile app, blah 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 blah, or a report that indicates suspicious IPs, referrals, requests, blah. So just speak the English. If you have any proof that your traffic is actually coming from somewhere else and all, so you can make that provision here. So if you go to your analytics, you can actually have access to all of this information. So after that, you go ahead and submit. So normally it takes less than 24 hours, right? In fact, less than 24 hours, but they will stipulate that it takes about 2 working days. But with my experience, it takes less than 24 hours. And you're going to get a reply on how to protect your account for that, or how to actually flush out those views and all right? So that's basically how to use the invalid traffic contact form to protect your account. Now, the next point that I want to talk about is your ads placement. Your ads placement can actually lead to your accounts being terminated or closed by Google. One thing you should know is that most of the reviews done by Google is done by bots. So they have an AI program bot that actually analyzes and reviews all these things. So it's not done by human. So sometimes the bots might misunderstand something and then take down your account, and that is fine now. So you have to be very, very careful on how you do things on your account. Your ads should be very, very labeled and visible to a user, so that your user will know that, okay, this is an ad and not a picture. It's not going to mislead a particular user and all. So you have to label it advertisement and all. So most people actually don't do this. I personally don't do it before, but when I finally got to know that this can actually lead to an infringement by Google, so I decided to start doing it. And this is a safety practice that you can actually start doing on your account. And sometimes when Google take down your account, they get to give you some random reasons, which is not actually the main thing that happened to your account. So a typical example of that is this. You can be running genuine traffic to your site, only to wake up one day and see that your account was taken down because of invalid traffic. And 100% all your traffic are coming from real source and also real human beings making genuine click on the ads on your site. But yet, Google takes down your account because of invalid traffic. Now you get to ask the question, was it actually because of invalid traffic? It could be because of one other reason that you don't even know, all right, or you don't even think could cause that particular thing. And Google takes down your account and you blame Google. Of course, we all blame Google for taking down our accounts. So that's basically it for this ads placement. So you have to place your ads very well and also label it. Now, the next point I want to talk about is for people using deceptive words when they are running ads. Okay, so I used to be a victim of this. All right, so when you run ads on Facebook or any platform, you tend to use all those sweet words, or things that will actually increase the clicks and all right? That is clickbait. So if you are clickbaiting people to click on your ads in order to land on your site, and probably you lure them into clicking on ads on your site in order for you to make more money, it is actually not allowed by Google. One thing you should know about Google is that Google is very ultimate, that they can know any information they want. So even if they don't discover it within weeks or months, trust me, along the line, they're still going to discover it. So you have to be very, very careful with anything you do on your site that is having Adsense ads on it. So a very good example of that is this. This is actually the official Google website. So I'm also going to provide the link to this in the description of this video. So if you read what we have here, deceptive site navigation. Publishers may not use deceptive implementation methods that place ads in a way that might be mistaken for menu. Just like I talked about in the ads placement. So navigation or download links to obtain clicks or views. Keep in mind that every publisher is responsible to ensure that their ads implementation adheres to the ads placement policies. This includes, but is not limited to, false claim of streaming content or downloads, linking to content that does not exist, redirecting users to irrelevant or misleading web pages, other types of navigations that is designed to intentionally mislead users, pages where ads are implemented in placements that are intuitively meant for navigation, Now, all this English here is actually talking about misleading user. So we are not meant to mislead a user into clicking on a particular link in order for you to get clicks on AdSense. So most people actually do this, especially people doing downloadable content. They tend to paste or post fake pictures actually, which will appear download now. So when a user clicks on it, so it's going to lead a user to another site where they tend to click on ads and also come back to the site and then download the whole thing and all. So this kind of thing is actually not allowed by Google. You might see somebody doing it and you may think that, well, this guy is actually doing it, let me do it myself. Now, the reason why the person is actually succeeding, or maybe the reason why he's succeeding, is because his account might be very, very old. Now, one thing you should know about AdSense accounts is that the older the account, the safer the account. If your account is just a new account that has not received payments, you stand a higher risk of being taken down by Google. If your account is one-time payment received account, it becomes safer. 2 times payments received account, it becomes safer. Older account, 10 times payment received account, becomes safer, right? So that's actually how Google AdSense works. The older the account, the safer it becomes. So you are looking at somebody that is very, very old, probably a 5 years old account that received almost 10 times payments, and you're comparing it to you that is just starting out with a new blog. So you have to keep in mind that all these things plays out in all of them. They can be taken down though. I'm not trying to say that if you're old, you can do anything that you want and then you go away with it. You can still be taken down by Google at any time as long as you're not obeying their policies. So you have to bear that in mind. Make sure that you're not misleading your users, all right? So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the consistency of your ads. I'm going to paste the link, like I said. If you read the articles very well, you're going to see where Google actually stated that the consistency of the site delivering your traffic also matters. Now, a typical example of that is this. Let's assume I'm buying traffic from Facebook, which is my major traffic source. I am not supposed to buy traffic for first day, second day, third day, and then stop. Probably I ran out of money and then I said, okay, let me just wait till when I have money again to run ads. Before you start running ads from Facebook or from any source that you're gonna get your traffic from, as long as it is legit, you have to make sure that you have a plan that will cover you on the very, very long run, right? So example of that is this. Let's say you want to make $100, right, from your AdSense, or $200 or $1,000, and your budget is probably $100 for ads. All right, now you're going to split that money in such a way that it's going to take you throughout the month. All right, so not you spending $50 on one day, $50 on one day, and then you run out of money and the rest of the days becomes vacant and nothing enters your account. So it's actually going to trigger Google AI to actually check where the first traffic, the one you spent your $50 on, where it came from, and the second one where it came from, and why is there no traffic coming into your site throughout the remaining days of the month. So this is actually a factor that most people don't actually know, and most people also tend to also compare their site to another site. Like I said before, you don't need to compare your site to an older site because you don't know how old they are, and like I said, the older the account, the better it becomes or more secure it becomes. So you have to bear that in mind, that if you're making budget for your ads, spread it throughout the month so that you don't run out of money, because if you do, it's going to trigger the AI to check your site, and when it checks your site, it's going to place your account on ads limit, which extends the period of time, and during that period of time, you're likely not going to be making any money because there will be no ads on your site. So you have to manage your funds very well, spread it along the month. So this is actually one of the problems that I face, that when people message me and when they get the calls for arbitrage, and when they spend their money for the first 2 days, 3 days, they run out of money and then the account gets limited. They come back to you and be like, Facebook actually causes ads limit. I don't know how you guys actually came up with that. Facebook doesn't actually cause ads limit. What actually causes ads limit is your mismanagement and what you actually do on your site. There are a whole bunch of safety practices that you can do in order to make your blog safe and also run AdSense arbitrage safely, which I'm not actually going to consume all of them in this particular video because it's going to make the video to be very, very long. So with that being said, I think I'm actually going to draw the curtain here. Maybe in my subsequent videos, I'm going to keep dropping safety tips on how you can actually protect your AdSense account. And I promise you guys, from now henceforth, I'm going to be dropping steady content from now till the end of the year. So hopefully by the end of the year, we'll hit 10,000 or 5,000 subscribers. And then hopefully I'm going to do a giveaway so you guys are supporting. And with that being said, please, if you're new here, consider liking this video and please hit that subscribe button. And remember the course I posted. So I said whenever the video hits 10,000 views, I'm going to drop the second part of this video. It might seem that 10,000 views is a lot of views, and I think the video is currently at 2.5k views and we still have a long way to go. The reason for doing that is because what I'm going to drop on this channel is going to give a lot of guys thousands of dollars. All right, so it's not a big task to ask. All right, at least I'm giving it out for free, so I should get something in return. So that is actually it. Take the video to 10,000 views, and if you want to know how you can actually do that, you can share it to your family and friends, share it to anybody that is into blogging, let them watch and share and all. So with that being said, I'm actually going to stop this video here. Like I said, drop a like, drop a comment, and also subscribe to this channel. If you have any question that you want to ask me, or if you want to get my own blueprint that I'm using as well, you can message me on WhatsApp and I'm going to send to you. So with that being said, I'm actually going to see you guys in my next video. Stay safe and peace out.